What if Yuji and Gojo were brothers? Instead of being born in Itadori, Yuji was born into the Gojo clan after Kenjaku took over a clan member's body and secretly created him as Sukuna's perfect vessel. So what happens when Sukuna's vessel is also the strongest sorcerer's little brother? Years before Yuji was born, Kenjaku needed a vessel capable of containing Sukuna. But this time, he targeted the most powerful bloodline in modern Jujutsu, the Gojo clan. Kenjaku secretly killed and took over the body of a distant female member of the Gojo family. Because she shared blood with Satoru's father, Kenjaku could enter the clan without immediately raising suspicion. His plan was simple: create a child carrying both Gojo blood and Kenjaku's modifications. That child was Yuji Gojo. Yuji was born almost 15 years after Satoru. The clan immediately tested him. No 6 eyes, no limitless, no inherited technique. To them, Yuji was a disappointment, but teenage Gojo couldn't care less. He picked up his baby brother. "So you're the other Gojo?" Yuji grabbed his fingers surprisingly hard. Gojo paused, then smiled. "Okay, you're weird." As Yuji grew older, that became obvious. At 6, he was already stronger than most adults. By 12, he could outrun trained athletes. Gojo eventually realized Yuji's physical abilities weren't normal, even for a sorcerer. But Yuji couldn't see curses, so Gojo kept him away from Jujutsu society. Instead, Yuji attended a normal school and eventually lived with relatives away from the clan. Gojo still constantly visited, usually uninvited. One afternoon, Yuji opened his bedroom door. Gojo was lying on his bed, eating his snacks. "Get out! Is that how you speak to your loving older brother? You stole my food." Gojo smiled. Their relationship was chaotic, but Yuji loved his brother, and Gojo was determined to give Yuji the normal childhood he never had. Eventually, Gojo introduced Yuji to another kid he was looking after, Megumi Fushiguro. Yuji immediately tried becoming his friend. Megumi immediately regretted meeting him. Years passed, and the two remained close. Then everything changed when Megumi was sent to Yuji's school to recover a cursed object, one of Sukuna's fingers. Yuji's friends accidentally removed its seal. Curses flooded the school. Megumi rushed inside. Yuji followed. "Go home!" "No!" A curse slammed Megumi aside. Yuji attacked it despite being unable to properly use cursed energy. His raw strength actually moved the curse, but it wasn't enough. Yuji saw the finger. Megumi realized what he was thinking. "Don't you dare!" Yuji swallowed it. Boom! Cursed energy erupted across the building. Black markings appeared across Yuji's face. Sukuna opened his eyes. The light feels best in another's flesh. But then Sukuna froze. Something about this body was different. It could contain him perfectly. Yuji suddenly regained control. The markings disappeared. Megumi stared at him. Then, Yuji. Yuji's face went pale. Gojo stood behind them. His usual smile was gone. He had felt Sukuna's cursed energy from miles away. Gojo looked at his little brother. "You ate it?" Yuji nervously smiled. "Maybe." Gojo grabbed him by the head. "You idiot!" But beneath the anger was fear, because Gojo already knew what the higher-ups would demand. Execution. And when they ordered Yuji Gojo's death the following morning, Gojo's response was immediate. No. The higher-ups reminded him that Yuji was Sukuna's vessel. Gojo smiled, but there was nothing playful about it. "If any of you touch my little brother," he lifted his blindfold, "I'll consider you his enemy too." And somewhere in the shadows, Kenjaku smiled. Everything was proceeding exactly as planned. Gojo convinced the higher-ups to delay Yuji's execution until he consumed all 20 fingers. Soon, Yuji joined Megumi and Nobara at Jujutsu High. Nobara stared at the brothers. "You're seriously related?" Yuji sighed. "Unfortunately." Gojo grabbed him. "My adorable little brother." "Get off." Their first major mission was the detention center. Inside, a finger bearer appeared. Yuji was completely outmatched and gave Sukuna control. Sukuna destroyed the curse, but instead of returning Yuji's body, he ripped out his heart. Yuji forced himself back. He looked at Megumi. "Take care of Satoru." Then collapsed. When Gojo returned and saw Yuji's body, his smile disappeared. The higher-ups had deliberately sent his brother on a mission beyond his level. Gojo was furious. But unknown to everyone, Yuji met Sukuna inside his innate domain and made a binding vow. Soon, Yuji came back to life. Gojo stared at him. Surprise? Gojo immediately hit him over the head before pulling him into a hug. "Never do that again." Gojo secretly trained Yuji while everyone believed he was dead. Then Yuji met Junpei Yoshino while investigating Mahito. They quickly became friends, but Mahito manipulated Junpei and transformed him directly in front of Yuji. Yuji begged Sukuna to heal him. Sukuna only laughed. Yuji snapped. He and Nanami attacked Mahito. Black Flash! Yuji's punches damaged Mahito's soul, but Mahito escaped. Gojo later found Yuji sitting alone. I couldn't save him. Gojo sat beside his brother. You won't be able to save everyone. Yuji looked down. Then I'll save whoever I can. Soon came the Goodwill event. Yuji revealed he was alive. Megumi and Nobara immediately attacked him for hiding it. Then Todo challenged Yuji. Their fight quickly became training, with Todo teaching him better cursed energy control. But suddenly, Hanami attacked. Megumi, Maki, Kamo, and Inumaki fought back until Yuji and Todo arrived. Boogie Woogie. Todo constantly switched positions. Yuji entered the zone. Black Flash. Again. Hanami was overwhelmed. Then Gojo broke through the barrier. Hollow Purple. Hanami barely escaped. The students survived. Yuji had grown dramatically stronger, but from the shadows, Kenjaku watched. Yuji wasn't simply adapting to Sukuna. His body was becoming stronger because of him, exactly as Kenjaku intended, and his next plan would target the one person Yuji believed could always protect him: Satoru Gojo. After Shibuya, Yuji entered the culling game alongside Megumi, Yuta, Maki, and the others. Their goal was simple: free Gojo and stop Kenjaku. During the colonies, Yuji and Megumi gained points while Yuta dominated Sendai. Eventually, they found Angel, whose technique could open the prison realm. But before freeing Gojo, Yuji confronted Kenjaku. What did you do to me? Kenjaku smiled. Years ago, he had taken over a woman from the Gojo clan and used her body to give birth to Yuji. But Yuji wasn't created to inherit Limitless. Kenjaku had modified him to become Sukuna's perfect vessel. And I knew Satoru Gojo would never kill his own brother. Yuji's fists tightened. His entire existence had been designed as a weapon against Gojo, but Yuji refused to accept that. I'm his brother because I chose to be, not because of you. Angel finally opened the prison realm. Gojo returned. Yuji immediately confronted him. You knew something was wrong with my birth? Gojo became serious. I suspected it. I didn't know about Kenjaku. Yuji stared at him. Then Gojo smiled. Doesn't change anything. You're still my annoying little brother. Yuji smiled. But suddenly, Sukuna activated in chain. He seized Yuji's body, ripped off one of his fingers, and forced it into Megumi's mouth. Sukuna transferred himself. Megumi became his new vessel. Yuji was finally free, but his best friend was gone. Weeks later, Gojo confronted Sukuna, the strongest versus the King of Curses. Their domains devastated the battlefield. Unlimited Void, Malevolent Shrine, Maharaga, Hollow Purple. Eventually, Sukuna adapted to Infinity. He prepared the slash that could cut the world itself. But Yuji entered the battlefield. Satoru! Gojo avoided the fatal strike. Yuji charged Sukuna. Black Flash! His punch struck the boundary between Sukuna and Megumi's souls. Sukuna realized Yuji could separate them. Gojo smiled. Guess we're jumping him. The brothers attacked together. Gojo used blue to drag Sukuna forward. Yuji landed another Black Flash. Inside his soul, Megumi finally fought back. Shadows restrained Sukuna. Yuji pulled back his fist. Give me my friend back. Black Flash. Sukuna was torn from Megumi. Gojo immediately finished what remained of him. Sukuna was defeated. Elsewhere, Yuta and Maki cornered Kenjaku before he could begin the merger. Yuta ended him. His 1,000-year plan was over. Months later, Jujutsu High was rebuilt. Megumi recovered. Nobara survived. Yuta and Maki helped train the next generation, and Gojo finally began changing Jujutsu society. Yuji sat beside his brother outside the school. Gojo smiled. Still glad we're brothers? Yuji laughed. Ask me when you stop being annoying. Kenjaku created Yuji believing family would become Gojo's greatest weakness. Instead, the two brothers became the reason his entire plan failed.